Alrighty folks, welcome back to another session here. I've been looking at what we should be doing in between episodes, and the biggest downside right now, the biggest unfortunate thing I can see is the truce with the Ottomans is up for 9 years. That's ages. And also, this Armenian province here, it's just so awkward because this stuff is part of Europe, and I want to give it to Greece basically, eventually, as he's accepted Turkish culture. So it's going to look really ugly either way, and I'd like to eliminate this issue, which means I should have taken that from the Ottomans in my previous war to begin stating this up and converting it. Oops. Otherwise, if we look at the development, both Ragusa but also the Crimea are a long ways away. Crimea, we need 441 development. And yeah, why not give him the rest of his culture that the Timurids own, and then another large, or at least geographically large culture like this. But I'm going to try to, I wonder if he would ever accept this. What kind of development does it have? No, this culture is really bad. Either way, I might try to give him these two full areas and more. We need to give him a lot to actually give him the possibility to become Empire government rank. What we're going to be doing here first thing though is going in against the Papal State, fully annexing them and handing them off to Savoy. Let's also check if we can hand Fez off to Savoy. Yes, we can. Cool. Now Savoy is much nearer to 1,000, and I think giving him these Rome alone, let's have a look. Yep, that will put him over 1,000, so we don't really need to worry about Savoy any longer, but we do also want to give Brittany these two provinces so they are fully accepted. So I'm thinking we probably only need one stack to do that. And therefore, let's go out here and fight with the Timurids and his alliance at the same time. Oh yes, let's fix this as well. Thanks guys. I actually knew this was a Danish. I don't know how. I was distracting myself with my rants about other things in the previous episodes and not paying attention. Thankfully, Lapland is just a regular dude and we can just seize this back. Am I in the seized land here? So we're looking at oh geez, there it is. Okay, let's just make sure. Yes. So this is going to piss them off a lot, but we now have fully accepted Danish culture. We're doing fine in terms of overextension, and Lapland is still happy, thank goodness. Cool. Cool. If we look at the states, we can see that this, I think these two, Skaneland and this here, are my most valuable. I'm going to go ahead and state this up because it's German. And we're doing well on admin points. There we go. Alright, so I'm just getting into position right now. I'm not doing royal marriages. I'm not doing them because it's going to lower my legitimacy. We don't need them right now. Yeah, so my plan is to hand off big chunks to Crimea, which is going to take a while, I suppose. Papal State's involved in other wars like crazy. Now the Papal State has colonial assets, right? Yeah, that's good to see, because it's not going to be a full annexation. And if it's not a full annexation, he's going to be much more willing to accept the demands that we make. So other truces, Tunis comes up here soon, but we actually don't need Tunis, any more Tunisian land. unless we're going for those bonus points. We actually don't need it technically. We could give it to Savoy, I guess, which would be a little bit ugly, but we might become desperate. And the British War comes up soon enough as well. So hopefully by that stage, about 3 years' time, I would be willing to have more states, relationships, I mean. Because we would have completed diplomatic ideas, question mark? I hope so. As we integrate... How strong is the Timurids? His tech is the same as ours. That's unfortunate. As we integrate Kiev, we're going to be beginning to gain more diplomatic points, which is going to be very much appreciated. This guy's got so many alliances, dude. Stupid Timurids. So that is all of the land and more. It's going to be hard to 100% them, lads. It really is. Well, I don't know if hard is the correct word. It's going to be tedious. So I'll just be handing these occupations off to the correct nations. And religious conversions, I wish to convert these. Oh. I have no problem doing that. Stating these up. Just sort them out. Yep, so we're converting these back to Armenian. The southern two, that is. Hopefully our friends can get some prestige over here winning battles, but apparently not. Crimea just got stack wiped. RIP. Our manpower has really well and truly depleted, which is quite unfortunate, but it's been serving a purpose though. Yeah, the annoying thing is that culture converting takes time, so this one... Dude, you know what? I'm gonna downsize this city to reduce the amount of time that it will take to culture convert it. Same goes for this. Because it's going to take ages. It's based on the production size and that's the development size, excuse me, and that's why Constantinople has been taking for absolutely forever. And speaking of which, it's going to finish in about 20 years, 19 years, where we are then going to hand it off to Greece. That's the idea. Alright, there's the truce. So who else is he allied to? Here? Apparently we can fully annex him, but I wonder about overextension. I think... Let's take him out, right? Savoy has all the Algerian land. So there's not really anything else I can do to incentivize him to accept Algerian. I hope that he does. He's got more Berber land to be had and Moroccan, I don't know. There might be some unfortunates who don't become fully accepted. There's some Spanish troops here. Let's quickly fight this war. Let's quickly fight this war. It might give some prestige to certain individual nations, but either way, let's quickly fight it, and that way we can do it. We don't have to fully annex them. Just take a chunk of land and we can take another chunk of land in the future. So I'm going to go for the separate peace with Yarkand. Crimea seems to have cored all of his stuff up. That's good. I wonder if, you know, these guys have any missions or anything like that for prestige. Brittany's prestige suddenly bumped up when the time was right. And we would be hoping for the same kind of thing to happen once they have over 1,000 development for their prestige to just bump up. And yet again, we no longer have our discipline advisor. Feels bad, man. I'm happy to chill with a manpower advisor right now. And we're not starved for military points whatsoever. It means I don't have to upgrade him to rank 5. That's not an issue. But if we are going to be fighting combat with nations who have the same military tech as us, it would seem about right to tick up. Nice. See, if that was a full annexation, this would keep on going and we'd have to deal with the Papal States allies, etc. But that's done, and both of these are fully accepted. No, this one's not, but it will be if he becomes Empire Government rank. Either way, good move. I'm going to preemptively bring the stack out to Great Britain, because I know the truce comes up there soon-ish. And we can get that one started. Otherwise, where do I hold the land? It's out here in Greece. So I hold what should be Grecian land, and as he calls it up, we'll hand it off to him. But I'm wondering, because I'm going to be coring up this land that we take from Great Britain, and currently my overextension is 46, which ideally it would not be. It would be 0. Hopefully if we take the capital there. Yarkand will consider piecing out, and let's just sit on Samarkand as well. I know that's a wealthy development province. So in Tunis's case, it would go to Savoy, I imagine, if we want the best odds of them accepting the culture, as he already has Moroccan as well. So what culture is this? Yep. So the overextension is not too bad here, and that's not a full annexation either. But Savoy would need to be able to core it up, which currently he's struggling to core everything up. We're already influencing him. I also have to remember to give that to Lapland. I will do that. Back to war we go. Now actually, we have to be careful. We can see the British still outnumber this amount of troops that we have here currently. Would we be able to sort of stack wipe him? I could tech up for plus 65. Which is a lot. That's really expensive. I kind of need more troops out there to deal with the British. And we don't have a stack nearby at all. I think I might try to fight him. Let's look at his general. He's got 3-4. What is our best general? 6-4. He's in the farmlands. One thing about the British is that the sooner we get this started, the sooner we get that ticking war score, because it's difficult to get ticking war score against him. So he might same day escape, and then we will crush that 7 stack. Yep. That was both good and bad. It's going to increase the likelihood that he'll reinforce here. In fact, the likelihood would be extremely high, so let's chill out a little bit. Picked off 7,000. But he outnumbers us like crazy. Let's go. His capital's there. I'd like to just sit on this capital if we could. If he's afraid of us. And I don't know, man. We might be walking all the way out to here. Maybe he'll make a mistake and split his units up. His navy is still an absolute monstrosity. Apparently ours has improved dramatically, but that's the combined alliance of which has improved. This is what I was hoping for, is that he just goes to siege us up and vice versa. Now, are we all good on this side of the world? Are we all good? I'm worried about these 20k stacks. We can almost piece out Yarkand. Fez should be falling automatically, right? Yes. Savoy can hopefully get some war score there. Or prestige, more importantly. How did I let myself get caught, dude? I was watching that, but I don't think there was a naval engagement symbol there. Rip. At least he doesn't have a... Dude, this freaking event. I'm trying to retreat. At least he didn't have an admiral, because we would have suffered really bad casualties there, so that was alright. Now, we integrated Kiev. Germany. Typical. Typical. Thank goodness. I can't wait to be at peace now, guys. We can finally sort this out. Now, in my opinion, it's gonna be smart to release Kiev because he has cores everywhere. But we just have to do it in a... Wait, releasing Kiev won't work. So, dang, I definitely have to do a client state, don't I? If I release Kiev, he'll just have the exact same borders. Oops. That should be somewhat obvious. We have to do a Russian client state, alright. That's what I thought. I don't know why I keep changing my mind. My mindset on it changes. But yeah, we need to do a Russian client state. The downside to doing a Russian client state is it's going to take them a long time to core all that stuff up. Right, so I'm looking at the English. Now we should be getting a decent amount of Diplo points. I'm also going to do man. We're not even over our slots. That's cool to see. Yeah, so pushing on to 100% against England is going to be lame and dumb and bad. Let's make this objectives of Savoy, please Savoy. I don't want to be waiting on this war. London's looted by the British. Funny that. Defeating Timurids with -2 to rolls. Feels good, man. Germans OP. This guy still doesn't want to quit. But he will soon. Let's make a couple more occupations while we're here. Nice, we're still converting these. They're almost done. And then we can begin culturally converting them. Alright, London, not London, but the British capital rather, finally falls. This is woods. Shoot. Shoot. Can't pull back anyway, so in we go. That guy's way too far away to reinforce. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I guess let's go take London back. All of the forts on the same continent that we can. Take them back. So let's talk about, as we're in the twilight years of this playthrough, guys. One thing I'm a little bit disappointed about is the sheer magnitude of this, guys. Like, I did intend the series to kind of wrap itself up faster and sooner than other playthroughs, which has not been the case at all. And that's part of the reason I keep talking about it dragging on or whatever. It's just, it was not 100% intended for me. We inherited the Kiev troops, didn't we? Here we go. That could definitely not be a bad thing. Looks like he just had this one gigantic stack as far as I can tell. Now, the Ottomans are getting wrecked by who? This dude, really? I guess Yemen's helping him out. Yeah, okay, cool. We get one poorly optimized stack. So be it, it's fine. Yeah, of course, separatism as well. I really should have taken this if I want to sort out Armenia. If I want to have pretty borders, that is. I really should have taken that. That's my bad. Some of the British troops are kind of locked out away from the others, which is good. They didn't give us any war score against the Timurids, same as last time. Surprising that he would not accept that. Let's have a look. Are we making occupations? Not really. He is working on this fort, which he did not acquire. His siege speed seems to be, like, really good. Dang, dude. Alright. So what kind of overextension is this? 42? Fine. All of this will be handed off to the Crimea, needless to say. And our truce is not too bad with the Timurids. But I foresee some truce breaking in the future because I'm sick of this. Goes on and on. Now that fort is in a marsh. If he tries to siege it down, then we get a bonus against him, don't we? Which is good considering the limited amount of troops that I have here. Savoy is actually responding and doing his job. What a legend. I've got to be vigilant there if we want to sort those two provinces out and watch the separatism. Dude, you know what? Does this one even neighbor Armenian? No, it doesn't. Shoot. No, it does, it does, it does. Good, good, good. Because I was going to say we have to convert one to Armenian before we can begin converting the other. But that's not the case, thank goodness. That would have been really awkward. Now, if he's stuck, yep, due to the forts, he seems to have gotten some morale back. What I'm wondering about stack wiping the British, that would be really good. Just to demoralize him and so on. Nice. Nice, mate. Beauty, mate. But as you guys can see, we have hardly any war score. That's what I'm worried about with the British. Their empire is so resilient, it's quite dumbfounding. Okay, we can force march whenever we want nowadays. Wow, look at all these troops here, dude. Dang. Let's just hold up for these other stack. Go in the hills. That bodes well for us. Nice. Now, getting over to Ireland, how plausible is that? We need his navy to go away, and we need to reorient our navy to be in the correct position. If he's just going to sit here, they are only light ships. Let's try to creep around. It's all about this navy being out of position, fighting something else. Try to prevent myself from suffering attrition in some of these stacks, and some of these stacks don't need to be all the way out here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being at peace, guys, hopefully before the end of this episode, you know. So we almost have Tunis done. The stupid British. If we don't take a significant amount of land, then it's just going to be the same thing again in the future. His navy's right there. The big navy. Roll some generals, because I know at some stage our generals will pass away. This is what I'm hoping, that he fights us there, but he doesn't. Okay, he's got peasants that will demoralize him, but it's war score that we need. Now this is a grasslands province. And let's see how we roll. He pulled in with force march really quickly to reinforce, but we're just too powerful. Mahahaha. These guys are going up into the north. I guess now's our best time to shine. I will force march across to Ireland if I'm given the opportunity, which means we roll very quickly. Yep, that cancelled it. He would have, if he just engaged our navy, it would have cancelled either way, so it feels bad, man. Alright, finally that 20% reduced war score cost. Jeez, man, that's been a long time in the making, but that's just straight up valuable in every way, shape, fashion, or form. Now, if I piece out Tunis here, guys, which is what I want to do, we're going to be way overextended, so I'm just going to chill. Waiting for this navy to reorient itself. Once again. Those are light ships. They should fall quickly, but this navy's going to come back. Gotcha. Nice. Not nearly as hard as other things that we've experienced. I'm going to make sure to own both sides of the strait so I can just rock back and forth here quickly. Phew. The issue is we have to watch this occupation being acquired by the rebels or something like that. The poor British. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Should be sack wiped here. Yep. Alright. Nice. He's extremely low enthusiasm. Let's get the war score from this as much as everything as we can, basically, quickly as possible. Every little bit of war score helps. We don't need to take all of this, but I would like to take some stuff and wrap up this episode here. But being at peace is one of the most important things so that we can sort everything out. We have a lot to sort out. We really do have a lot to sort out. Let's walk over back onto Scotland. Every single occupation makes a difference. It's going to be quite tedious to get Crimea and Ragusa their Empire government rank. Ragusa is going to be based out of the Ottoman Empire, the Holy Lands. Dude, I say every single occupation makes a difference, but I mean, considering we're getting ticking war score as well, all of these occupations have given me like 1 or 2 war score. Like, it's very little. I guess the rebels were resieging though, to be fair. Let's siege what we can. Tunis is done. And in fact, that's all of North Africa, guys. So I'm not worried about truces or anything like that. I'm taking that. We should be done with North Africa, which is cool to see. I don't know what to do with my military points. I might just haphazardly develop something. Who cares? At this late stage of the game. Okay, it might be more trouble than it's worth getting over onto some of these islands. This bloody local militias event just keeps on happening. It's probably locked to the age of revolutions. I don't know. The rate that it spawns. There we go. 38. That's going to have to do us. So, what happened there? Norway. He sold that to Norway or something, and Norway threatened war on him? Lol. Well, we have to attack Norway now. That was part of England a moment ago, wasn't it? I thought so. Part of Britain. Alright, this stuff's all Scottish. It doesn't really matter which we don't take, so we'll go ahead and take that. So be it. Try to operate this stuff as the best of my ability while paused, so that we don't suffer from the grotesque overextension. And it's time, guys, to begin some shenanigans, including releasing the Isles. Oh, man. Just remove an N, I guess. Oh, look at that flag. Yeah. Real good. I always lack the enthusiasm, guys, to, like, rework these custom nations. But that looks fine to me, the light blue. I like it. So there we go, back over our relations slots, but at least we're getting a lot of points nowadays. And yeah, basically we want to very methodically give him the stuff. I'm going to begin with the Welsh, have him call that up, and I think I'm going to be overextended either way, unfortunately. I think that's how it's going to go. Savoy can core up a lot, that's good to see. But yeah, we'll just have to deal with the overextension. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Either way, guys, let's go ahead and call it here. So I'm going to hand all of this off to the Crimea as much as I can. I'm going to hand all of this off to Savoy as much as I can. And I'm going to hand as much of this off to our newly created client state as much as I can. And you know what? Why not? If we're going to make a client state, why not make the capital Moskva? No, you know what? That would be dumb. Actually, that would be dumb. We should make the capital Karelian, because it's the smallest culture group, to ensure that this culture group is accepted. So the capital of our client state here should be St. Petersburg. Just in case I make some kind of reckless bad decision here before I end the episode, I'm going to end it here, guys. But we're going to be releasing another client and being 2 over our slots next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you then.